How dare you allude to me? And after I called you those slurs and everything.
I did it out of
How
love.
dare you betray me? After I called you those slurs and everything.
Honestly, in terms of woman I would actually date, it probably would it would probably be more interested in some in a chick sort of in between Yukiko and Chie. Ching, what do you at?
It's the baby shit. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I think you two would be good together. I know he's kind of immature sometimes, but you'd be happy with him, Riona-chan. Look, it's not gonna happen, Haruka-chan. I just can't see myself dating. Whoa! Oh, snap! Oh!
Great comment. Comment. She's not into you.
Oh, that's why she won't go on with the...
Genghis?
She's racist. Nah!
Oh my god. Dang, it's clipped.
I'm so fucking mad. I don't want to do golf. I just want to fight Joe.
Why do I have to do golf?
Why do I have to do golf? No, I just want to fight Joe.
Oh man, Shangus went back to monkey. This is amazing.
He's been doing it for a bit.
Oh, come on, come on. This is it. This is it. Just keep spamming. Just keep spamming. Just keep spamming. Come on. Come on. No, don't you fucking put your shield up, you bitch. Come on. No, 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 no. Come on. Yes. Fuck you.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh, how long have we going now? About 2 hours? Okay, that's a good place to call it. Yeah! Okay, here we go! Yes! Alright, here we go! Yes! 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 Finally!
Jesus!
Oh my gosh, I hate this fucking stupid challenge!
James, for a split second, I thought I heard Mickey Mouse having an orgasm.
Yes! Oh, fuck.
Angus may now expel the angry diarrhea.
Oh, come on! Come on! Come on! Ah! What makes me special? I don't know, man. I'm just some Asian kid. Streaming to like 0 people. But you know what? I don't care.
I know how this goes. This is where that grit of yours kicks in.
Oh, okay. Come on! Come on! Come on! Oh, yeah!
I always envied you.
Oh. Oh.
The freelancer. Who had it all?
Oh. Yeah. Oh. He's over there. Come on. No! It's a champion! Oh my gosh, he's doing a shield thing! Oh no! That asshole at the last minute did the shield thing! You fucking piece of shit! I hope God has a special place in hell just for you. Okay, gotta make my way back up. That champion's up there. Oh! Oh! Yes! Oh!
Excellent work. May the sorcerer
Yeah!
has devised a bolt dryer time. Now give me the fragment.
Yeah!
Oh, wow. Damn. That was a big burp. Alright. But we're all weird, Chelsea. That's the beauty of it. You're weird. I'm weird. Nick's weird. Oh!
There we go.
There's a proper burp. Oh my gosh. God, that last burp though. I can't go over it. That was fucking pathetic.
If your weapon has double the strength of the enemy's toughness, you will do a whole lot of damage.
Wow. I didn't know
Each
that.
weapon has a different. I'm sure you didn't. Considering I've been. how you could.
Yeah, speaking how it took
Don't
you this
fucking
long.
patronize me, you bastards.
Yes, we are patronizing.
We have
Because this was
we have
so
told you
obvious.
several times over, so I'm trying to speak nice.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to speak like I'm fucking mentally disabled. Like, oh, did you? All right, Changus, did you remember? Did you remember that 2 + 2 = 4? Good job.
I'm glad you know it was 2 equals 4.
I still can't believe NSYNC is reunited.
I sunk in lava.
I love how you said, I'm not gonna watch this movie unless they reunite NSYNC. And then
Turns out they're reuniting NSYNC.
they reunite NSYNC, and then you still said, I'm not gonna watch it.
Well, it is now the 4th, everyone. Woo!
Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Today we celebrate the day we declare independence from those stupid British people. Where we go, hey, you Brits, guess what? We don't like being taxed without your representation. We'll tax ourselves to death, because at least we'll have representation.
Fuck. Hey, remember when Disney tried to copyright a cultural holiday?
What?
They
Which one?
Day of the Dead.
They did?
They tried to.
Why?
Coco.
Are you fucking serious?
I'm not.
They tried to copyright the Day of the Dead for Coco.
They did. They definitely tried to do so. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. that is-
Games Workshop tried to copyright pauldrons with Roman numerals.
What?
remember when the Vine Bros tried to copyright the word react?
Role-playing night, blazes in lingerie, and meanwhile, Silver, dressed up in cardboard night outfit, just, alright, let's do this! Why are you dressed like that? Why are you dressed like that? Well, you said we were role-playing! I thought we were, gonna, do, Dungeons and Dragons! Gosh, I can't have fun in any timeline.
Hold on.
Oh.
I can work with this.
I can work with this. Okay.
That night, the paladins played 2 things.
Stop fucking crying!
You pressed that button as soon as I killed her. That's some fucking timing. Thank you, Megatron. I have stopped crying because of you. Oh. Okay. Oh, bullet hell. Oh, bullet hell.
Fucking noises.
Oh. What noises? I sound like just a quick reminder that I do have stream elements. There's a $50 monthly goal. You can tip, donate, etc., whatever you want to call it. You do not have to if you don't want to. It's in the
Which can be
soda.
half of.
It's in the goddamn soda!
I started watching Boxing Sun. I gotta finish it.
Oh, it's fun. Nick showed me a bit of that. It's fun.
Oh yeah. So remember when that post of the game on the gaming chat?
Oh, which one?
The one about voting on the refund. I know you and Servant voted for Grandizer. I'm gonna say that because it was not on sale. It was it's still full price.
Oh.
Which is 40. So think it's 40. But I'm gonna wait for the next paycheck just to get all the game purchases in before end of the year.
Grandizer. Let me see.
Because after going through Bond, I think my next big project is to tackle that big RPG backlog.
Yeah, UFO Grandizer is still $40. But you can get the deluxe edition on sale for $49.48, 10% off the original price. But you can also buy $24.98 worth of DLC. Let's go.
You know,
Yes.
I kind of wish that Bandai game was translated as the Super Robot Wars fighting game.
There's this. Which Super Robot Wars game?
Is that the one where all the mechs are in rail scale?
Yes, the Super Robot Wars fighting game. Hold on.
Oh, you mean the ones made by From Software?
No, that's Ace.
That's.
Yeah, a 9th Century episode.
Okay, which one are you talking about?
That's so ridiculous. Just the Ace game showing every one of the robots in scale.
Yeah, I was playing Ace Portable, and like
Ace Portable?
the Nightmare 3. Yeah, it was Ace for the PSP,
Huh.
and like you put the you see how small like the Nightmare frames are
Uh-huh.
next to the mobile suits.
Let me see. Oh, wow, there is a portable version. Dang.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
double O's in there.
also look at streaming background. This is the
Uh-huh.
the Super Robot Wars fighting game right here.
Oh, okay. Oh, there's macro. Super Robot
I remember when-
Tyson. Oh, wait, no, that just means war. OG Infinite Battle. Huh. Interesting. Oh, look at this, Super Robot War. OG. What's it called again?
Infinite Battle.
Infinite Battle. Infinite. Do 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 do. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's all the original units from Super Robot Wars. Oh, okay. Oh,
It's kind of like it's based on what I saw. It's kind of like Gundam Versus.
Gundam Versus.
I know.
Oh, okay. Huh. Do 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 do. Changus is chibi sized? I'm not chibi sized. I'm just small in general, Chelsea. Don't judge me. I didn't ask to be born with these genes. I didn't get my grandfather's genes. I saw a picture of my grandfather when he was a young man today. I'm not gonna lie. I feel. Oh my goodness. Damn. My grandfather was he was a damn pretty man. I gotta say that. It's like, oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
your grandfather has the face of a man who looks like he's about to betray his country.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my goodness, damn, my grandpa was cool. It was cool. I don't know if he was Polar Express cool, but nah. I'm gonna go, Grandpa. I'm gonna board a Polar Express and I'm gonna go meet Santa. What are you gonna do? I escaped North Korea. Oh. Well now well now what I'm doing doesn't seem as cool.
Your adventure seems more whimsical than mine.
Hey, there's Matchstick.
Hold your applause. I'm here.
All right. Woo, okay. You work retail, Ray, so you've seen a lot worse? Oh, okay. Yeah, I suppose. No?
More good here. I saw a lot worse.
Oh.
What are we talking about?
I don't know, we're just talking about, I don't know, shit we've seen. No, yeah, you saw, no, wait, no, I remember. Yeah, you've seen worse. You've literally caught people doing it. That's crazy.
Oh, you know, I have a story.
Well, what's that?
When we got printed out bread, we had to kick a homeless guy out.
What?
He was.
You had to kick a homeless guy?
Why?
Yeah, he was sleeping in the lobby.
Oh.
And before he went into the bathroom.
Uh-huh.
Went on, and when he came out, then someone in there and there was shit all over the wall.
Oh.
That's awful.
At least it wasn't all over the toilet.
No, but
Outside the toilet.
I mean, essentially, it was on the walls. It was on the floor. It was on the walls.
It was everywhere. Ooh.
I also had to clean a sewage pipe.
Ooh.
Breaking
When I was
in college.
Ooh. Yeesh.
Well, in one of my houses that I inspected, poor woman, water leaked in her ceiling, causing a massive black bubble with mushrooms growing out the end of it.
Ooh. Yeesh.
I had to clean. I had to put on a gas mask and hazmat suit to clean the dumpster.
Oh.
Because like it overflows because some of the trash men would come in.
Oh.
And all our old bread bags and stuff will fall to the side.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Be there for months.
Oh. Oh, come on.
And what's left behind like bags of maggots and moldy bread.
Ugh.
Principal tackled a girl once.
Oh.
My favorite is really old, really good. So every time it rains, just from how it's built, the rain will just seep in, and it will just start eating through the ceiling tiles.
Oh.
And so eventually, there's a tile in the lobby that needs to be replaced. Because it caves through.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you call it? It's also kind of terrible because essentially the roof we have just like the projector hallway.
Ooh.
So it's like we got a ton of equipment up there that should not get water on it. So we gotta make sure like we go up there, like vacuum out the hallway and try to make sure that none of the machines get wet.
Ooh, okay. Ooh. mean, Chelsea, what is wrong with you?
What
Oh
did
my.
Chelsea say?
She's a glory hole in the wall. It's like, Chelsea. Chelsea, please tell me you. Okay, Chelsea, do you even know what you just said there? Like, do you comprehend the words you just typed in the chat right now?
Probably did.
Oh my goodness, woman, I swear.
This is Chelsea
Woman,
that's talking
please. Why are you like this? Why must you be like this? Oh my goodness.
To spite you.
Spite me? Oh my gosh. Woman, why must you be like this? Oh.
So Black Comet, why does Robert Zemeckis, why does he have such a fascination with motion capture?
about. Oh yes, the uncanny valley.
You know, the Robert Zemeckis film I've seen is Monster House.
Oh, I've seen Monster House. Yeah.
That was one of my 2 cents.
Yeah, I remember.
That was a really fun movie. Like,
Yeah, I remember
And it
Monster
is.
House.
I saw like a short where it's like, well, if you think about it, the premise of Monster House is actually one of the most frightening things ever. Super dark.
Oh yeah, I still remember. But yeah, now Polar Express. So I'm gonna take a sip of my. I'm gonna take a sip of my hot chocolate.
Hot.
Oh yeah,
Hot
I'm having hot chocolate too.
Oh, you are. Oh, hey.
You know that? You know that?
there we go.
Hot. Yeah, we got it. Hot.
Oh, we got it.
Yeah,
Hot chocolate.
Don't you ever let it cool. That's the only rule. Oh, wait, it's not that. We only have one rule. Don't you ever let it cool, which I just broke. But yeah,
Off to the gallows with you.
Why does Robert Zemeckis still like all his motion capture stuff?
I imagine it's kind of like how
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's like a child with a new toy. He did a lot. He playing.
That's exactly it. Because you ever seen the Simpsons episode where Homer spent all of his savings investing in I believe it was CGI because he thought it was going to be the future of everything. That was Robert Zemeckis. He believed that the motion capture is going to be the future of cinema. So he just invested all of his, because he's a big special effects guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's a big special effects guy. So he thought, oh yeah, this is going to be the wave of the future. Yeah, there's going to be high-profile movies that are all just motion capture.
And
But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's all right. I just said it's kind of funny. He's kind of right.
What is Robert Zemeckis up to nowadays?
The last one he did was in 1921. Welcome to Morrowind.
Huh. Here, I'm gonna look it up. Robert Zemeckis filmography. Here we go. What we got for a filmography?
Marzi's mom.
Welcome to
Marzi's.
Oh, he did Disney's live-action Pinocchio. Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah, that was the last one he did. Yeah.
Robert, you could do so much better, man. Come
I
on.
don't like this
Well, I got a question. Which is worse, the Disney remake of Pinocchio or the live-action one from the 90s?
I'm pretty sure it's the Disney one, because that one just has no soul.
The live-action one from the 90s. I mean,
Wait, no, I thought it was 90s or 2000s. It was the one, not the one where they had the strange kind Italian man playing Pinocchio.
Night.
Hang on.
Wait, what did... Okay, I'm looking this up. Live action? No, it's just...
That Double Toasted reviewed it recently, sometime back.
Oh.
It sounds interesting.
Let me see. Adaptations.
As opposed to the other one.
Huh.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, 2002. The 2002 live action Pinocchio.
Huh. Okay. I'm pretty sure people will prefer that over Disney's. You heard Wonka isn't doing so hot either? Oh.
Yeah. I mostly chalk that up to it's not Christmas yet, and also Godzilla is
Yeah.
still raking in the hole.
Yeah, so
But like Wonka's a legitimately good film.
I mean, I'm interested because it's made by the guy who made Paddington. So,
Wait, wasn't so didn't how successful was Paddington?
Paddington?
Paddington's super successful.
Yeah.
The two films were just they were like
Okay.
It's
I'm just trying
they
to-
were.
it's Hideo Kojima's favorite movie.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, just like it could be like Wonka could be successful in like the home market.
Yeah, perhaps. Like,
Yeah,
Like I'm assuming Wonka is more family friendly, right?
yeah.
yes, very much so.
It's made by the guy who made Paddington. I don't think he's gonna be making, nightmare fuel. So,
Hey, you never know. A director may want to like stretch his creative muscles with something.
I don't know. Based on the trailer, no, I don't think he's going for that. I think he's going just for like something like Paddington, like a charming movie for all the kids.
Yeah, it's they don't ever try to attempt the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory tool scene.
You're not gonna show the early days of his candy testing, or when he tested that all 5-course gum.
Yeah, it's
I forget, did Polar Express ever see theaters, or was it only home?
no, it has. Like, it was released.
Yeah.
Oh, it was?
Theatrically.
Oh, okay.
Oh, big on Polar Express. It's based on the book by Chris von Allsburg.
Ah.
Now, doesn't know. I used to read this book all the time when I was a kid. When I was going through my train phase.
What do you mean went through your train phase? No one outgrows the train phase. Just...
Like, when you used to have like crates full of Thomas the Tank Engine tapes.
And how is that a bad thing?
It's not.
It's not.
The Japanese never outgrew their tank craze. Well, no, their train craze. They're literally just otaku who will stand by railroad sections to take pictures of trains.
That's beautiful.
Or just turn into Mic Game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But essentially this it's about, now the thing about the movie that expand the book a little bit.
Okay.
Expand the book, because you can't straight up adapt the book because it'd be a short film, not a long film.
Uh-huh.
So the main character, whose name is Hero Boy.
His name is
listed in the-
Hero Boy.
Well,
Everyone in the film doesn't have a name. They just have a title. So,
Great. We're playing by Goblin Slayer rules. Okay. You are just a title.
Wait, no, no, I remember.
I
There
want to
was,
see Polar. Okay,
there
now
was
I
one
want to
boy.
see
There
Polar
was,
Express with Goblin Slayer. Combine those two.
no, but there was one boy who had a name though. It was Billy.
Really, the lonely kid.
Yeah, but you.
Billy the-
Yeah, I'm sorry, but yeah, he had a name Billy.
I just kind of funny. His name is Billy the lonely. The lonely. No, wait, the lonely boy.
The lonely
the
boy.
lonely boy.
But yeah, and it's a very simple movie about belief in Santa, the Christmas spirit, and the hero boy had to take a magical train to the North Pole. That's
Hell yeah.
yeah. And and it's featured Tom Hanks as the conductor, Tom Hanks as Santa Claus, Tom Hanks as the whole book, Tom Hanks as everybody.
As the thrifty vagrant that is on the top of the train.
Tom Hanks as a nifty vagrant on the bottom of the train.
No, Tom Hanks as the vagrant, as the ghost of the thrifty vagrant who died on the train.
Tom Hanks is everyone. He was carrying that movie.
Tom Hanks. In the next movie Tom Hanks is in, this is going to be a CGI movie about self-replicating Tom Hanks, and you have to stop him. Well, like that episode from Duck Dodgers with the Fud.
Oh.
What?
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's a good movie, and one thing
Uh-huh.
each character kind of had their own, each hero had their own problem. Like the hero girl, she can lead, but she always doubts herself and second guesses herself.
Right.
The boy is lonely, but by the end he gains some friends. And the main character, the hero boy, well, he has trouble with his belief. He's losing his belief in Santa.
Yeah.
Heck, even one of the side characters, the know-it-all kid, voiced by Mandark.
Mandar.
I know his voice anywhere. You can hear that nasally inflection. You know immediately.
Yes. Yes. Even then, he was a bit arrogant, because he knows a lot. But by then, he became more humble. When Santa told him, I like the part when he met Santa. Santa's and he was like, "Pick me for the first gift of Christmas." Santa would be like, "Patience." Something like "Patience, son."
Mm-hmm.
And a little smidge of humility would do you good. Tom Hanks does a pretty good Santa Claus.
Tom Hanks is everyone. All right, Tom, you're gonna be Santa as well. All right, I'll be Santa.
I'm afraid I'm Tom Hanks now.
We're all Tom Hanks.
I've become Tom Hanks, destroyer of Hanks.
Yeah. There's a scene in the movie where the kids kind of snuck into the control room for the North Pole, and they have all these computers, all these screens showing every kid around the world. They're really spying on these kids and typing on, making a list.
Yeah.
The implications are terrifying.
Oh, you know what's a scene that always stands out to me? It's that whole sequence with the train on the ice.
Oh yeah, I've seen so many GIF, so many what's that anime called again? They there's so many deja vu movies now that.
Good night, Christia. Love you.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Have y'all saw the deja vu memes of that scene?
no. I just like watching that scene alone on its own. It's a fun scene. It's like
I know.
so we're off the ice. Oh no! And then the ice breaks. It's a really fun sequence.
There's like there's like this deleted scene I wish they kept in the movie
Oh,
where they told a story about the hobo.
huh?
King. His name was King.
Kang?
King.
Kane?
As in like royalty.
Oh.
King.
Oh,
King,
King.
yes, sir.
Oh, it sound like you said King. The way you pronounce it's like
We was Kang. We was Kangs and sheep.
Tom Hanks. We need you to distract Kang.
But yeah, I posted this scene, but it's explaining a little bit about his origins, which is kind of dark. Essentially, he began free rides on top of the train
Huh.
until they went to I forgot what it's called, Turn Point Peak or K, a tunnel, and he fell off.
Huh.
Well, he splat against the top of the tunnel
Oh.
before. So pretty much this whole movie we've been seeing his ghost.
I mean, it's implied he's some like. I mean, it's not even implied. He's just straight up a spirit. Like,
Yeah.
like he just disappears every now and then. Ooh.
What?
Ooh.
Ooh.
Why?
Also, this is the last movie that Michael. This is the last movie Michael Jetta was in.
Oh. Who?
He was in Oh, he was in Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah.
Who was he in Jurassic Park 3?
He's the partner of what do you call Dr. Grant.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was the guy who flew the plane and had great banter with him.
Okay. Oh, alright.
He was in Aladdin as Runtar,
Oh, he was in Aladdin. Oh, I didn't know that.
the TV show.
Oh.
Hey Arnold as Ned Howard.
Oh.
Howard Witz.
Hey, Arnold was...
You will know this.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go
You
ahead.
will know this. James. He was what do you call it? He was the homeless crossdresser from the Fisher King.
Oh! Oh, okay. The homeless crossdresser. Oh, okay, that was him. Oh. Oh, alright. Everyone should watch The Fisher King. That's also a great movie.
The Fisher King?
Yeah. It has Robin Williams.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great movie. I don't think we've done a 2 cents on that movie yet. It's a great one though. You should watch it. It's
Fisher King, King Arthur?
no.
It's based on the Arthurian legend.
Okay.
So the movie uses,
Modernization?
in a way, yeah.
In a way. It's got Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges. They're co-starring. But yeah, that's a great.
That sounds like it's a great cast.
Oh, it
Say
is.
that.
Yeah, you should. I recommend it. It's great.
It's directed by Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, so yeah, I say yeah, go check out The Fisher King too. It's That's also a good one. Okay, I didn't know the homeless crossdresser was in this movie. Who do you play? Michael Jenner. Who was he?
He was one of the conductors, I believe.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Why is it hard to pronounce director's name, Chelsea? Zemeckis. Isn't that
Zemeckis. Sounds like a skill issue.
Zemeckis? Yeah, it's anything else you want to say about the Polar Express though, Comet?
Well, I'm not just like, brings out what there's a classic Christmas tale movie.
You
You
got
know-
you got a favorite scene yourself?
Oh yes. The drifting part, of course.
Uh-huh.
And I really liked all the scenes with the hobo. I just like the way Tom Hanks just talk, like the way he talk. Also, I know, the hot chocolate scene.
Hot
That song
chocolate.
was really stuck in your head. Hot, hot, yeah, we got it. Hot, hot.
Oh, we got it. Hot chocolate. Oh yeah, you forgot to mention this movie also has Josh Hutcherson.
Josh who?
Josh Hutcherson.
He was
He was PETA from the Hunger Games, and now he's Mike Schmidt in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie.
That's
Oh.
funny.
Oh,
He was also like the go-to teen actor if they wanted a teenage guy in like the 2000s.
Yeah.
He was in Zathura.
Yes, dude.
He was in Zathura. He was also in Journey to the Center of the Earth with Brendan Fraser.
Also, funny enough, Zathura was also written by Chris Von Allsburg.
Huh. I didn't know that.
So,
Yeah, he also did Jumanji.
Oh, Jumanji. Oh, okay.
And also, for some reason, this movie will never escape me. He was also the kid from Bridge of Terabithia.
Oh yeah, I remember Bridge of Terabithia.
Yes, where you have so happy. This is like a heartwarming movie of coming age and then death.
Off screen too. It's like she shits out their nose.
No, but
Yeah.
I remember Bridge of.
Here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. It's the same in the book. She died off screen in the book.
Yeah, I remember.
Because that's kind of the whole point.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, I can't wait to meet this. I can't wait to go hang out again with this girl and make believe land. I'm sorry, Josh Hutcherson, but she's dead. What? Yeah, happened off screen. She was trying to go it was like I think it was like there was no bridge. Like she was they had to swing across something. She tried to swing across, but then she slipped and then bonk hit her head on a rock and then she just went down the river and we can't find her body. Oh.
No, yeah, she drowned.
Oh, she drowned. Oh, I thought the river
So
I thought the river
what
carried away her
happened is
body.
that the rope snapped. She hit her head on the ground.
Uh-huh.
They found her body on the river.
Ah, okay. See,
Because remember, they had a funeral scene with a casket and all.
I mean, I thought it could be closed casket though. I just thought there was the extra part where she just got washed away by the river. It's just to add salt to the wound to Josh Hutcherson's sorry buddy, we can't even find her body. She got washed away. Whoops.
It could be like that. It's been a long time since I last saw that film.
I was under the impression when I was younger that it was just that the rope snapped and she landed head first in the ground. I was like, oh man, this is just a buzzkill, man. I wasn't expecting this.
It's like, ooh, yeesh. Yeah, I remember Bridge to Terabithia though. That was a really fun. That was a really nice movie though.
Bridge to Terabithia?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bridge to Terabithia. I remember it was like playing on like what
Yeah,
channel was it?
it was I think it was Disney.
Was it Disney?
It was during that time when Disney was trying to put out family fantasy films to be to go inside with Lord of the Rings, because Lord of the Rings hit, and then
I see.
and you got a whole wave of people wanting to be fantasy, trying to get their own fantasy franchises going, and Disney had Narnia, but also they had Bridge of Terabithia.
Yeah.
Oh, but I remember now. Is that the one where they had like some looking glass wasn't seeing like this fantasy world that no one else can see, or something like that?
Yeah, like the whole premise is that is literally kids' imaginations running wild. It's not like Terabithia is not physically real place, but they just go out in the woods and play pretend, and then but we see as the audience see what they're imagining.
Your world is not real. It's real to me.
Yeah, and then it makes it special because at the end is that the main character brings his sister instead.
Yeah, and then together.
Into Terabithia.
Yeah, together they reimagined Terabithia, like they recreated. Here we go.
So-
Bridge to Terabithia was distributed by Buena Vista Pictures Distribution, which falls under
That's
Disney.
Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Disney.
If I'm seeing this correctly, it was not real. Nothing was real at all.
No,
Right.
it was all under. It's comment. The whole movie's literally that episode of SpongeBob with the box. You know, when they're imagining things in the box. Your imagination.
Yeah, it's like one of those films that I watched a lot as a kid and don't really think about it, but then right now just thinking about it, it's like, yeah, actually that is actually a pretty good film.
Oh, I call those like bed. I call those like going to sleep memories. You know when you get into bed,
Yeah.
you just like randomly that. Oh yeah, I remember that.
There was a point in my youth where, for some reason, I kept confusing it with the Spiderwick Chronicles.
Oh yeah, that too. Very different from the book too.
Yeah, from what I've always heard, it was very different from the book.
Yeah, like my favorite one was the fourth one, which the plot was like is totally different from the movie plot, and even the overarching plot. It's basically a bunch of dwarves kidnap the older sister and put her in a case like Sleeping Beauty, and wanted to keep her that way because she is beautiful to them, and they wanted to keep her beautiful forever.
Huh.
Like they literally kidnap her and put her in a princess outfit and put her in a glass box.
Wow. All right. All right then.
Remember that film Authors and the Invisibles?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
You know, I always found not funny about that film. Everyone was talking so fast. It's like
It was French. They were dubbing it from French.
Stop.
Yeah, it was a French animated film. And then I recently learned this year that because The Invincibles it's a big sort of fantasy thing in France. I recently learned that someone just made like a horror movie version of that. Like a French movie, like sort of not in the same vein as like Blood and Honey.
Huh.
That sounds ridiculous.
It does.
Because like, isn't the Invisible involving like a kid who gets shrunk down into a little fairy?
Yes.
Yeah, and he goes on an adventure to save basically the fairy folk.
Wow. All right.
That's a fairy.
That's a fairy.
Okay, I didn't know that. Not. I just assumed they talk so fast because they trying to not run out of their budget for animation or something.
we don't have much time left. We don't have much budget. Come on, hurry up. Dump faster.
Oh man, they're being complete Scrooges about it.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
I don't think that. No.
So, time for books.
Books. Man, we're talking about Christmas Carol 2 times in a row.
Look, I'm secretly planning to make this year's Christmas every week till Christmas. So somehow there's gonna be Christmas Carol as one of the topics.
Also, this one was narrated by Tim Curry too.
Yeah, I listened to the Audible version, which gets free every year.
Huh.
For the Christmas series, and so the book is remarkably short. It's only like 3 hours long.
Uh-huh.
So it is a novella, and pretty much the plot is, if you've seen any Christmas Carol film, it's pretty much the same.
Huh.
So I don't have to really talk about the plot. There are some changes they made, mostly like, for example, in the present Christmas present segment, there is more variety of different locations, because part of this book is 2 things I noticed. One is that Scrooge was not like your Tim Curry animated film comment of being that
asshole?
level.
Oh.
He was still an asshole. He was very rude.
They still trying to beat the ultimate, almost beat Tiny Tim with a cane.
No. Tiny Tim still was just like present scene. Like, that was an addition.
Okay,
but he still did the whole like, oh yeah, I'll let you have Christmas if you come here an hour early.
I still find it funnier though if someone does do a new adaptation where Scrooge takes the walker away from Tiny Tim and beats him with it.
No, they still did the whole like I paid my taxes to the jailhouses and this.
Yeah, like that's in every version.
Yeah, it still stuck out to me. Like,
yeah, like he is still a jerk and unsympathetic. He's rude to his nephew, like 100% rude, and all that stuff. So there is actually in the book a lot more emphasis on the nephew aspect.
Really? Oh, okay.
His scene gets the longest segment. So while in the film versions they focus on Bob Cratchit and his family, in the book it's his nephew.
Oh.
So what happens? So when we get to the child segment, for example, the past Ghost of Christmas Past, you actually see his little sister, who becomes his nephew's mother.
Huh.
As she's like the one who's bringing him out of the boarding schools again at the end of his tenure. There, and pretty much the same as you've seen in everyone. Anyway, he's always like, just focus on his studies. Lonely kid. Also, not a lot of focus on the relationship aspect with his lover.
Oh.
Yeah, you get like a boom on the party, and then you get a boom on the part where the woman talked about, okay, I know your love for gold. We've been engaged for how many years? Okay, I might as well just move on. And what happens instead is that the scene afterwards, we
Uh-huh.
see the woman being with a family and running an orphanage and having a happy life.
Huh.
On the same year that when Marley dies.
Oh.
So and also another big difference is that especially after the Ghost of Christmas passed, Scrooge is a lot more attentive to change.
Huh. Okay.
Like he gets shocked by Marley, and then he goes through the past segments where it's not so much he's mad at his younger self. It's treated as like these are painful memories that he does not want to relive.
Huh.
And it's through that, and then through the interaction with the present, that he is willing to learn. And also, much like in the Tim Curry animated film, he was in the future segment was not thinking that he died.
Huh.
He was waiting to see himself, and playing like, "Oh, there's no way. That can't be my dead body. That can't be." Even though all the clues are obvious, probably, yeah, you died. This is
Your dad.
this is the Christmas. Yeah, and again, a lot more focus on the nephew. Like while the segment with Bob Cratchit is actually in the middle of the Christmas present section, while his nephew is actually at the more of the tail end.
Huh.
Yeah, it is an interesting take when you look at it. Like for me, my Christmas Carol take has always been the Muppets.
The Muppets?
Yes, the Muppets Christmas Carol with Michael Caine as Scrooge.
Huh.
Muppets Christmas Carol.
Oh. I didn't know they did one.
What?
Oh, I didn't.
Changus is not big into the Muppets, so.
Wait, you didn't know there was a Christmas Carol, the Muppets Christmas Carol?
I mean, I didn't know of it. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised that they, they've done everything. Muppets have done everything.
Changus.
Yeah, you know what's the Christmas Carol version I remember watching?
Changus, I am revoking your right to call me uncultured swine for not watching this stuff. You have not seen the Muppets Christmas Carol. That is like one of the tough films that people watch at Christmas.
No, hold up. One more question. Have you seen Muppets on Treasure Island?
Some Muppets on Treasure Island.
It had Tim Curry in it.
Oh.
Tim Curry as Long John Silver! And also it's like, shiver my timber, shiver my soul, yo-ho-hee-ho.
You know what's funny? I was always shiver my timber, shiver my hoe.
Rias, we need a shaming going on.
You know what's a version of the Christmas Carol I remember watching? I remember watching the Looney Tunes one. I remember watching that one on like Cartoon Network. I remember watching that.
I have not seen that. I only seen the Disney version of it with Scrooge McDuck one time, and I did not like it.
Yes. The Cartoon Network Christmas Carol, back when Cartoon Network was good.
They done 2 versions, I think. Because
the first one. The first one. Where like in that version where the Ghost of Christmas Future is revealed to be Pete.
Because I remember there was a version where it was actually Donald who was Scrooge.
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about with Donald.
Okay, then that's not the Looney Tunes one. Looney Tunes are a different cast of characters.
What do you mean?
Looney Tunes is Bugs and Daphne. Daphne.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh wait. I thought. Hold on. I thought you said Daphne. I'm sorry. I misheard you. I misheard you. You know what it is? Because two D's. They both have duck in their name. D. D something over before duck. I misheard you.
Daffy, Donald.
I don't know. They both have duck at the end of their name. So I misheard you.
One's a black duck. One's a
I
white
misheard you.
This man is being racist towards ducks.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I misheard you. Okay, I thought.
The white duck is trying to put the black duck down.
Oh my gosh.
Donald is the one that you barely understand when he's talking.
I know. I misheard you. I misheard.
We're just
okay.
giving you crap.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
so anyway, so another one is the at the Christmas present segment. This is where I have not seen any film adaptations do this. Christmas present is revealed to actually having two other spirits underneath them, called want and hunger. No, or famine. Like these two spirits representing like the evils of man created by man. Because Christmas Carol is also very much a social commentary book.
Oh.
Because Charles Dickens, Charles Dickens. Oh, sorry.
Charles Dickens. A lot of his works really focused on the aspect of like life in Britain. So you get Oliver Twist, which is comments on the poor. I think he did two books that comment on the poor. You get Bleak House, which was a social commentary on British property law.
Oh.
Does he talk about the councils?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine everywhere in Britain, literally everywhere, there's an HOA.
Oh, that's gotta fucking suck.
And they're called councils.
Oh, that sounds.
And they
like,
do suck.
That sounds like a nightmare. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and most of them are running out of money right now because
I don't
they keep mismanaging them.
I don't feel sympathy for them at all.
You shouldn't.
That sounds like a terrible idea.
But like literally everywhere is an HOA.
Oh, that sounds awful. That sounds like a
yeah. That's why America's better.
That sounds like a
especially
genuine
up here in New England. We are a superior England.
Right. But seriously, no, that sounds like a legitimate. That sounds like an actual awful idea. Why would? What's the point of
British?
Why do you think my ancestors? I don't know about the rest of you guys. Left England. Maybe not, but
yeah. My mother's side is Reitmeyer, so yeah, we kind of are in England. So we did leave England. So
I got some family from the Puritans. I actually have family from the Mayflower.
Huh? Really?
Cool. I don't remember their names, but I do actually have family from the Mayflower.
Oh.
Yeah. So back onto the book. So yeah, Charles Dickens was very much into writing social commentary on Victorian England in his works and talking about virtue. So like another interesting thing. So Christmas, before A Christmas Carol, was treated as like a standard day off, but like Thanksgiving. Like it was like a time for feast and merriment, but it wasn't had a specialness to it.
Huh.
compared to today. Christmas Carol was one of the early works that promoted Christmas as like there's a special sense in the air about Christmas.
I think it happened. I think it was before that, but you know, it was. I mean, Christmas has always been like the Winter Festival has always been a really big thing. And Christmas too, but I think you're talking about more like
the Christmas spirit. It wasn't just like another great feast day. It's like we have like this mythology of Christmas.
Yo, this the birth. This day we worship the birth of Christ. It is special. No, you're not like some fucking pagans. You cringe.
No, it's not even that. It's like, it's more of like, it's Christmas time. Christmas is special. It's the special time of the year. Like, it's the most wonderful time of the year.
Oh,
like, that's what kind of Charles Dickens kind of really promote.
Like Christmas in around that time was very much like a legal holiday and also just a religious observance. Because it was a time where like it's everyone around town gets up early, they go to mass. And then they stay with their families. But then, Charles Dickens came around and is like, well, what if Christmas was more?
Yeah, and he used the word like charity in association with Christmas, where like it's a time where you can give to others more than for yourself, which is kind of part of the core message of A Christmas Carol, is to not focus on yourself but focus on others.
It's just kind of funny because nowadays it's all about materialism.
Yeah, like it would be interesting actually. I would want to see A Christmas Carol, so much like the Scrooge treatment where you kind of put it in modern day, but make it about like a CEO of like Twitter or like a tech company. Where like a CEO who's like, I give money to big charities and that stuff. And I am promoting charity amongst my fellow man. But then the message is like, but what about the people in your actual life that you actually know? Like focus on your current employees and stuff. That would be interesting. But anyway, the future did not change much, other than we did get an actual scene with the nephew. Again, to emphasize, this book actually focuses a lot more on the nephew than on Bob Cratchit. So Bob Cratchit does that. Like a lot of his scenes that are in film adaptations are in the book. And so and then it ends pretty much the same. Like he's a changed man, and he always keeps Christmas in his heart through all the rest of his days. So,
all right,
and it's still a great story. I highly recommend it.
Merry Christmas, everyone, and God bless us all.
Okay.
Okay, let's get to. I want to get to Token.
Wow, wow, what a way to transition. It's like, oh yeah, that was Christmas Carol. Anyway, who gives a shit about that stupid story? I want to talk about Lord of the Rings. That's the true Christmas movie of the season. Oh man, what better way to celebrate Christmas than seeing Frodo succumb to the evil of the rings? That's what it's all about. Hell yeah, that's the Christmas spirit, baby.
You know what? Christmas spirit changes. The Christmas spirit is finally getting to see the alliance of man and elf once more. That's the true Christmas.
Exactly. All right.
One of the best additions that Peter Jackson did to the Lord of the Rings story.
And this, I gotta head off.
Oh,
All right, have a good night.
Good night.
Have a good night, Comet.
Okay. All right. Lord of the Rings, my favorite film trilogy, my favorite fantasy world, my favorite fantasy book series. Peter Jackson, a indie director, at this point got caught up in a project to adapt the unadaptable.
Huh.
And made 3 films. And they were great. And then he's also released a director's cut called the Extended Edition. What?
It's not a director's cut. The way Peter Jackson always described it was the extended editions were just him giving more to the people. He always considered the theatrical versions he considered the theatrical versions would just be good enough. But he kept filming more and more scenes because he just wanted to give to Tolkien and his fans. And that's what the extended editions were.
Okay. Also, Christopher Nolan hated these films.
What was that?
Christopher Tolkien's son, hated these films.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was a purist.
Oh. Okay.
And also he didn't like he didn't like the glorification of war that Peter Jackson put into his films.
Huh. I don't think that was really what he was doing, but okay.
I think Jackson was actually pretty neutral.
Yeah.
He shows a lot of bad stuff. He shows the glory and he shows both the glory and the horrors.
Yeah, there's a lot of the war that happens in the movies. Never once does it ever it shows the moments where the hero might fall, but throughout all of them, it's a really clear message of despite how the situation may seem dire, good will always win out in the end.
Yeah, I kind of bring it up because it is actually a common complaint among Tolkien purists, because the way the books usually were is that some of them Tolkien just cuts out in the middle of battle.
Huh.
Just like, yeah, we're done. We're not doing.
Okay.
It's like because Tolkien, and also like for example in the Battle of the Five Armies chapter in The Hobbit, he explicitly mentioned, and it was terrible.
Huh.
Because Tolkien was a veteran of World War I.
Right.
He fought at the Somme.
Ooh.
And that was a nasty, really nasty battle.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, just imagine the leadership thought that at that time, because this was the time when they're trying to change tactics because the old ways were darkly hilariously proven wrong. So one of the tactics was a huge week-long bombardment on Germans' positions to theoretically take them out so that their soldiers can just walk in. The Germans didn't wipe out the Germans. And it's like the bloodiest battlefield of the British.
Really? Ooh.
Yeah.
When another massive battle was happening in France when the Germans were doing the exact same thing to the French.
Ooh.
I forget what the battle was called, but it was millions of dead people.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it was part of an idea where Germany was wanting to drain the Allies dry by making
Which
a
is-
grind.
Which is funny because the Allies had so much more men to put in the meat grinder than Germany.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, that was kind of inspires Tolkien the way he kind of write war in his in the Lord of the Rings. So,
Oh, okay.
and a lot of Tolkien purists want to keep that spirit in the films.
Oh, okay. Huh.
So, man, there's a lot of stuff you can talk about. I'm pretty sure people who are on this show or who will ever future watch this segment knows the general idea of Lord of the Rings. There's a ring of power that's evil, and the good guys are trying to get rid of the Mount Doom, and it's about 4 hobbits who are basically normies. Yeah, that's basically the hobbits.
Frodo, you're just a normie.
Hobbits are very unremarkable creatures who stick to their own land. You know, they smoke a bit of hobbit weed and
they're like too simple. They're too simple for their own good, which the film did not add the Scouring the Shire segment other than in the Mirror Galadriel scene. Which was a major part in the book because it was meant, one, to highlight that the hobbits were not safe from the offense of the War of the Ring. 2, to kind of sort of criticize the Hobbit Society. Of how easily it got taken over. And
all right, I forgot about that. There was like the whole segment where in the book where like Saruman just like he like sent a bunch of guys to just take over the Shire while they were gone.
He led a bunch of guys to take over the Shire. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when they come back, like
Saruman became a gangster.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like all right, we did it. You know, we saved the day and all that. You know, we're gonna come back home now, and then oh fuck, the Shire's taking over.
You know what's worse?
Oh shit! Here we go again.
It wasn't even. It was kind of written like it's modern Britain.
Oh. Ooh.
All those knife crimes, man. All those potato peelers.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
It is kind of hilarious. It's like, what do you mean I can't do this or that?
Oi, you have a license for that ring?
Oi, you got a license for that? You got a license for that, mate? Okay.
Yeah. But so. Okay. How am I gonna do this?
Oh.
Well.
What do you think? I guess we can talk about the scenes. What did you think of the what did you think of like the last battle of the Second Age? It's like that whole.
Oh, very good. Like a lot of these scenes are so iconic, either for their sheer epicness, sheer emotion, or the memes. The memes. There is a ton of memes. You should have passed. You should have passed as like one of the classic ones, or one of the earliest meme videos I have seen online. Back in the day was, they're taking the hobbits to Isengard, to Isengard, to Isengard! Or potatoes, boil, mash them, stick them in the stew.
Fly, you fools!
Fly, you fools! You know, I'm just reminded of oh my gosh, I'm just reminded. I saw one time, I forgot where I saw. It was like on it was on a stream. Like some guy used to watch back then. I stopped watching because he got really into like the whole like fucking culture war bullshit. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna watch you anymore. And it's, but I remember like there was this edit he showed on stream where like it's like this guy it's like this guy who's gonna be sat on by like this like really giant like fat like woman, and then like just this like moment where like her like just like there's a slow-mo of like her butt about to land on his face, like it's like she's like literally jumping on top of him, and then there's just end of Gandalf just going, "Fly, you fools!" And then when she sits on the guy's face, it's just a photo. No!
Okay. But it's this film still like even so one of the big comments I have is that I'm trying to formulate how for epic scale films or even epic scale TV shows how Lord of the Rings, even in the extended edition that has full of you can cut out scenes to make a more concise film, is even concise in the extended cut.
Huh.
Like a lot of the Lord of the Rings films have, their energy is just very fast. And it's very like even in the Shire where you expect everything to slow down. It's there's always something going on, and there's always something. Like Fellowship of the Ring really feels like that thing that George Lucas always wanted to try to find for the Phantom Menace, where he always wanted to have something happening in every scene and show just like.
Yeah, and I would say this Fellowship. I will spoil about. So my opinion on the trilogy now, after rewatching them, I think Two Towers is actually the weakest one.
Really?
Because of one of the biggest things is that there's less emotional gut punches.
Huh.
It's true.
And when I say it's the weakest one, that doesn't mean it's like awful or anything. It's still great, but it's like, okay, where do you want to put it? Rank them. Gun to your head, rank them. I would put Return of the King, Fellowship, and Two Towers.
Huh.
I love the Two Towers. It's the movie where I can watch the 4-hour cut, and it's just like it goes by like a breeze, and there's just so many moments that I love. We're not talking about Two Towers. We're talking about Fellowship.
No, the whole thing.
The whole thing?
I did the whole thing over the weekend.
I messed up on that's on my part now. I was like, I thought we were just talking about Fellowship, but then it's like, oh no, he's talking about the whole. So I had to change that last minute, and I just forgot to change it.
It's not to mention that. It's always fun to just go back to Fellowship and just see how quaint it kind of feels. Comparison to.
It feels so comforting. When I was watching it, I was feeling like this is so. I am very much in my comfort zone. And then and then we get to Moria.
Yes.
And then we got to the and then when you get to Amon Hen, I do have a question now. If correct me if I'm wrong, is the Aragorn Lurtz duel an extended edition thing?
Like it is.
Okay, that's what I figured. So they did they Boromir got the arrows and then they cut?
Yeah, like Boromir got ambushed, and then they cut from there. Jackson, for the extended version, Jackson really did drive it home that like he is really going, like, he is really being hoisted by his own petard here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, there are literally, the extended editions are literally double the length of the theatrical cuts.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to figure it out, but it's like, you get like that huge emotional roller coaster with the extended edition of that scene where you get like the sad heroic last stand of Boromir, and then you get like that high with the Aragorn Lord Stool, and then you get the emotional gut punch of Boromir's death, his actual death.
Boromir.
And then it's like, oh man, is there something uplifting? And then you get to the Frodo and Sam scene. I'm going to Mordor alone. Of course you are. And I'm coming with you.
Of course you are. I'm coming with you.
Sam was the MVP of this entire trilogy. He is the best character. I love Sam.
Imagine your gardener being the biggest bro.
I know.
Yeah,
he's great. My favorite scene with Sam will always be when there is in Return of the King, where they're on Mount Doom, like Frodo's like, I can't do it anymore. The rings, it's weighing me down too much. So, Sam's like, come on, Mr. Frodo, come on, we'll make it. It's like, I know, I can't carry the ring for you, but I can carry you, and just picks him up like, it's like, come on. It's like, oh my gosh, he's great. I love Sam. That's my favorite. Oh my god.
Okay, this is the only time I ever want to bring up the Hobbit, because whenever I try to compare the two trilogies, because a lot of what makes Fellowship unique, it's just how much Peter Jackson just had to do camera tricks. Because while they did use CGI, like a lot more, that was a lot more of an emphasis on the Two Towers, because
there's a lot of CGI or map paintings being used for the backgrounds. Like you could definitely tell that, like nowadays you can tell it's like, oh, they're on a screen of some sort.
You see the set they did in Fellowship, and then you see like the exact same set that it's supposed to be in The Hobbit. In The Hobbit. And like there's that interview that Sir Ian McKellen gave where it's like there was that moment where he just started crying because he was in an entire set that was completely green.
Yeah.
And it's just like it feels a lot more magical in Fellowship because in order to make what do you call it? Why am I blanking on his name? I should know his name. Bilbo.
Ian Holm?
Yeah, Ian Holm. Just to make Ian Holm look smaller, they didn't use computer generation. They just used forced perspective.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of them having to build like two sets just for both of them, so it'd look like Ian McKellen was a lot more taller than he was.
Yeah,
like it's amazing.
Yeah, it's also you can also see like the mindset changes. Is you ever watch the behind the scenes of The Hobbit when talking about Dolores specifically, and they compare that to what you see in The Lord of the Rings? Because in The Hobbit, you kind of notice that Peter Jackson was a lot more his decisions was a lot more of like on a whim or what the producers want. Like the reason why Feely and Keely have shorter beards, even Thorin have shorter beards, was not like the actors or anything, or like a purposely designed. It was purposely designed to attract women.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then like also it's like for some characters like he's just says, oh, this character looks like a mommy's boy. It's like, oh, that's not how you do like respect the dwarves. It's like you kind of is like, oh, we're gonna purposely make some dwarves look kind of goofy because it's kind of we want to have like them a bit more comic relief feeling, even if you're just looking at them. Like as opposed to like Gimli in the trilogy. In total, is like, yeah, he is sort of the comic relief character, but he is still respectable. And like and his stuff is more generally charming. His silly moments.
I love Gimli.
I can't see what's going on. Do you want me to describe it to you, or shall I fetch you a box of sandals?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember is that the deleted scene with him on top of the orc? You know, it's like, huh, I got more than you, Legolas. And you know, she shoots the orc. It's like, what was that for? It was moving. Hey, that's because I have my axe launched into its frontal lobe.
But.
Remember, Gimli did kill more than Legolas. Even if that only fat still counted as one.
Yeah, the only fat only counts as one.
That still counts as one. But another one is.
Not was about to speak.
Sorry. Yeah, you really do. Just from Fellowship alone, you really do sense the passion that was made, that was there to make this film. This wasn't something studio driven. This was a love letter. And you could just see it very early on.
Yeah, it's and then so I will talk up you know what? Let's talk about changes. You know, every adaptation has to have some changes to fit like the film format. I like most of the changes. I understand some of the changes, and then there's two that is like, really? One major, really? And then another one is like, I understand. The one I understand is Faramir.
Huh? What?
Because book Faramir is a lot nicer and a lot like imagine the characterization in Return of the King.
Okay.
And apply that to Two Towers.
Huh.
Because Faramir there, you know, like they wanted to give a lot more of the impression of just, you know, he's tired. You know, because he has to essentially protect the last city of you know, the last city of Gondor.
They also wanted to make him to go on a journey, as opposed to the Faramir in the books. Like Faramir in the books is a constant good guy. Like even when he brings Frodo to like Osgiliath, it's not like for selfish reasons.
Who was Faramir again?
The brother.
Faramir's brother.
You know the guy that
Wait, really? He was supposed to be a dick at points? I thought it was all right.
In Two Towers, he was more selfish driven.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Because they kind of wanted to give him more of a journey. As well, in the books, he's a lot more philosophical.
Okay.
He was the guy that he was the least favorite son of Denethor. Remember? Denethor was like,
I remember the redhead.
yeah. Denethor.
Yeah, I remember
Denethor
him.
was all like, oh, you're not.
Cavalry charge.
You're
Cavalry
not.
charge.
Yeah, you're not Boromir. Why don't you go die in a cavalry charge? And then
Yeah. Denethor
yeah.
is somewhat changed in the books.
Oh, he is. Oh, okay.
You wouldn't know it, but so Denethor in the books is a lot more just full of despair all the time. But there is more of a nobility side to him because in the lore, he actually was a good man. He was an actually genuinely good man who was fighting against Sauron, and he was a pretty competent guy. And then spending years fighting Sauron
Just
kind of gets to you.
Just
And then looking at the Palantir did not help.
Oh, he looked into the Palantir? Ooh.
Yeah, that's the reason, because his entire character is essentially just the obsession with wanting to destroy evil.
Oh.
With how much it just drains him. Like he used the Palantir, he just used the Palantir constantly monitor like Sauron's moves, and it just drains him.
Ooh.
Because it's just eating away at him.
Yeah.
But it's just something that.
Yeah, Denethor is way more of a tragic figure.
Oh.
In the film, obviously he's. Oh, sorry.
Wait,
go
we
ahead.
need an antagonist, so we need more of an antagonistic role. And plus, we have already reduced the. Like, in the books, there was a lot more actually dedicated Gondor characters.
Oh.
Including one character, Barethor, who actually helped rescue Faramir, but he actually had to kill a Gondorian guard to do it, to protect Faramir, which helped, save Faramir's life. And much like as a mirror to what happened with Sam and Frodo, with Sam spying on Frodo.
Uh-huh.
And he is punished, but in a way that benefits him. He was also punished. He was he lost his position. He was captain of the guard. He lost his position, but he gained something else.
Oh.
He became bodyguard to the king or something. Something of that important.
Oh, okay.
He became the bodyguard to Faramir. Who becomes the Lord of Ithilien along with Eowyn. And so Barethor killed to protect Faramir. Yes, he is punished, he lost his position, but he gets to be the bodyguard of the person he protected.
Oh.
And of course, characters had to be. And then another one was a person who is the Prince of Almrath, who was the actual Gondorian commander who was defending the city along with Gandalf.
Oh.
And you can see why they kind of had to cut them out. We got so many characters
Huh.
to deal with, and we're kind of also trying to wrap up character arcs.
Okay.
So I understand that change. My least favorite change is with Arwen. The Arwen, Aragorn, Elrond thing.
Oh. What did they change about that?
Simple. So Elrond approved the relationship between Arwen and Aragorn.
Oh, really?
But there was conditions. The conditions were become king of Gondor. Which means in order to become king of Gondor and reestablish Gondor as a kingdom, he needs to defeat Sauron, reclaim the throne of Gondor, and then set up the northern kingdom of Arnor as well. A big task. And this one because they wanted to have Aragorn to be more a reluctant hero. I still don't understand why they decided, we need to have a part where Arwen where Elrond is like disapproving of the relationship, and then having Arwen being sent to the Gravehaven, but then she sees her vision of her son and is like, Dad, you lied. I choose to have hope.
Okay. Huh.
I felt like it was kind of a pointless change.
Alright.
It really makes Elrond looks like a jerk.
Elrond, the asshole.
Is that I know daughter of mine is going to copulate with a human male.
Even though my mom and dad did the exact same thing.
It's that moment where it really is that moment of just, to kind of show the audience that, hey, human elf relations haven't been the best since the end of the Second Age. Which, I've always
in the First Age, actually, it was only the only two human elf relationship was in the First Age.
Huh.
Well, in general, because throughout the movie, it gives this, there's the impression it gives where, the what do you call it? Like the races haven't been together for years, and that was just because of like the whole thing that happened with I forgot his name, the last supposed king, when he decided to take the ring from himself.
Isildur.
Isildur. They wanted to give, Jackson wanted to give the impression that after that moment, there was a sort of betrayal that happened, and throughout the entire movie, more and more the races were coming together to finally strike back and to wage one last war against Sauron and his evil forces. And also, what kind of hurts it is that the relationship could have been stronger.
Yeah, I think addition. So for one cool change in relationship to elves, the elves at the Battle of Helm's Deep.
The Battle of Helm's Deep is my favorite.
Wait, were they not at Helm's Deep in the book?
No, yeah. No. So the way it worked is that Éomer was actually at Helm's Deep. Éomer was just in prison, not banished. The reason the person who Gandalf was trying to grab was a guy named Erkenban.
Huh.
And he had a group of Rohirrim to go to bring over.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a little drama where Gimli and Éomer was lost, quote unquote, lost during the battles of Helm's Deep, and people thought they died, but then turns out no, they're alive. They just escaped through a situation. But anyway, but yeah, no elves. It was all Rohirrim.
Oh. Huh.
The Battle of Helm's Deep it's a great moment.
It's a really overall it's a really big spectacle scene. You remember it. You'll remember Helm's Deep.
You remember almost every battle in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Because around the time where this was happening, people were comparing it to the Battle of the Bastards in Game of Thrones, because that was a big scale conflict, and it's just. But there was a comment that people were, that someone mentioned that like rings true about the whole thing, and that was I'm sorry, I'm doing something.
Oh, okay.
Just felt so helpless.
The battle of the Bastards was something that, while grand in scale, it was really meant to set up like one thing. I was like, it was a moment of like absolute despair. What was great about the moment, the Battle of Helm's Deep, is it's like it has layers.
Yeah, it was like it could. You see, like it's much like a good battle scene, and even Minas Tirith has that, where there's character moments throughout the entire thing. It's just building upon it. It's like the whole. Yeah, it has layers to it because there's character beats going on during the battle, and it feels like both sides are like a proper clash. It's not like a Battle of the Bastards where it's like, because of Snow's heroic nature, he put himself purposely in a horrible position that caused a battle, that he put himself in a hopeless situation only to be saved because of his sister's dealings with this other guy. To go.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Go decide the battle, where, as opposed to like, I will use Minas Tirith for example, where it's like, you get the beginning of release the prisoners, followed by abandon your post, flee for your lives, and then they whack down by Gandalf, and, like the whole prepare for battle, and then you see and then you got the escalating tension of like the actual siege itself. Like you're seeing that, they may actually survive this. Then the Nazgul showed up. You get Pippin being shell shocked, and then you got the moment where he gains his strength after killing an orc to save Gandalf, and then it's regain his.
You know why Minas Tirith almost fell, right? They had trebuchets.
Good for long range. Long-range artillery.
They had trebuchets defending Minas Tirith. That's why they almost fell.
Look, they didn't have cannons.
One of my favorite things from the Battle of Helm's Deep is just like how frenzy it all just feels, and it's a controlled frenzy. Like when the Uruk-hai breaks through the wall, and it's that dance, sort of that dance it does, where just and like the explosion.
Yeah. Like the whole great, Gimli just went in trying to plug the hole. Oh no, he's down. Poor Aragorn is like, fire arrows, and now charge. Like each part of the actual bigger siege of have like so many character moments of like little battle scenes that would have been action pieces all on their own, but in the context of the bigger thing. To move on a bit.
I just want to know how Two Towers. How much of the movie did the Battle of Helm's Deep take up?
The last 45 minutes of the 3 hour film.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like Minas Tirith is probably longer because it has a lot more moving parts to it, because you not only have the siege itself, you also showcasing the Rohirrim as they're showing up, and then you have to do the bit with Aragorn showing up, and then you got the Denethor Faramir conflict. As opposed to Helm's Deep, where you just have to really focus on the stuff that goes on in Helm's Deep, and you're cutting in between the Ents talking about whether to go to war or not.
Oh yeah, the Ents.
The Ents. Oh, I love the scene with the Ents because it's a lot of like it's a marvelous scene where, you know, of course, you know, a lot of what they're saying is taken from Tom Bombadil, you know, because that was sort of the consensus that Jackson made, because you know, Tom Bombadil's a fun character, but like in the course of a movie, it's kind of weird to have a character who just pops in and out.
Yeah, he's literally just a one-off character at the beginning, as part of Fellowship of the Ring, and never comes back, never shows up.
Oh, okay.
Then he shows up for a bit of a cameo at the end of Return of the King, mentioning Gandalf talks with him about stuff, and then he's done.
Oh, okay.
But he's literally just more of a world-building piece.
Okay then. Oh, excuse me.
Like a very fun world-building piece, but more of like something you want to put into a Lord of the Rings series rather than the films.
Like he was very much just like a fun little thing to happen, you know, because you could do that in the books. You could just have fun little moments just happen, you know, without cause. Like you know, like when Tom Bombadil holds onto the ring and nothing happens because it's Tom Bombadil, and he doesn't like, nothing about him, you know, needs or desires what the ring could possibly grant.
Yeah, and then they bring him up. Why don't we give the ring to Tom Bombadil? He's like, well, it's because of that he's just gonna lose it.
Exactly.
You can't really trust him to keep the ring safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the funny. It's very funny. And other. So for other stuff, where like, there's a lot of stuff you can talk about this trilogy overall. I think one of the most underrated stuff I learned through this viewing is the relationship between Gandalf and Pippin. Such an underrated relationship about how they kind of grow, how Pippin Pippin grows up throughout the trilogy, and also earns the respect of Gandalf.
Okay.
Like that's such an underrated thing. Favorite
moment of mine is just the monologue that that Christopher Lee has. Of course, that's Saruman, where he's just describing the creation of the Uruk-hai, and just how it's just like because you know, Chang'is, a lot of what Mordor sort of represents is industrialism, which
Right.
Tolkien sort of linked as to the with sort of the how war has sort of affected things with people trying to construct much more terrible, awful things.
He was. I wouldn't say he was totally like he wasn't a Luddite. He was a Luddite, but he had a very much distrust of the love of industry.
Ah.
It's because he like I don't think very much he was a Luddite. He was just very much like he was a lover of nature. He loved to just soak in everything, and he wouldn't be really as big with sort of so Chang'is to sort of tell you this, despite what the sickos in Twitter might think, orcs in Lord of the Rings, they're not black people. They're based on the people of Yorkshire. Because that was what where a whole lot of the England's industrial plants were, and so
but also Tolkien, like if you wanted to do like a different ethnic group, like they are pretty much a modern industrial man in attitude, but in terms of like the terror they bring, he actually compared them to the Mongols.
The Mongols.
He based their language on basically some city-state in the middle of nowhere's ruling elite. Which is, the most, inoffensive thing ever. You're not going to piss off anybody today with that. We're basing language off of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And calling and comparing Yorkshires to
orcs
to people from York is just a compliment to York people.
Like, I love the orcs. They're my favorite evil race. There's what I.
I like the Easterlings and Haradrim.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of time in the movies, but I still think.
Yeah, I really wish they could have added. I wish they did add more of that stuff, like have them be much like in the Return of the King film, like be the men who Sam used to cause a fight between orcs and evil men on the crossroads, and showing the Haradrim using horses for a cavalry battle along with the Mumakil against the Rohirrim, and so that we could see Theoden kill their king, which happened in the books. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
And
also, I probably should have brought this up when we were talking a bit about Fellowship, but Boromir is like the best character in that film.
Boromir?
Oh, yeah.
Sean Bean, like, he was, like, out of everyone in the cast, he was the biggest star at the time. Like, to get him was really expensive, but it was really worth it. Because he gives such a great star-defining performance as Boromir.
And like all Sean Bean roles, we can only have him for so long before he dies.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, poor Sean Bean.
You know, after that joke started making, he stopped taking roles that he would die in.
It's like, no, I ain't gonna be, I ain't gonna die anymore. Stop saying that.
And that entire scene in the forest, where he's chasing down like Frodo. It's a great scene because they retranslated it into the Lego Lord of the Rings video game, and it's still such a great scene. Where he's just such driven mad. He's screaming at nothing.
And then he just goes, "What have I done?"
But like that guttural, like apology to Frodo is just fantastic.
All right. Oh god.
We might as well bring also Andy Serkis. Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like some of these things, like all the acting throughout the films are great. Like there's not one bad actor that is like, oh, we need to replace them. And Andy Serkis knocked it out of the park. Like this was the film that made his career.
It's because Andy Serkis, what's always great about all of his performances is just how much animated he's willing to be for them. It's like, like there's the joke in one of the Oscars he did. I think it was the Oscars where he won best VFX for Two Towers as Gollum, where he's willing right in front of like an audience of a ton of people to just go down on his crouching, to do everything, and just like the voice he puts on, it's like it's amazing. Like he goes all out.
Okay.
Yeah. I will also say, like, yeah, Sam is great, but also Frodo is great as well.
Frodo.
Like his struggle, you see his struggle, and like you get the moments where Sam is just stubborn and set in his way, and Frodo is willing to have an open hand with like Gollum, for example, and like him trying to retain his moral compass, even though he's dealing with like essentially an addiction.
Oh yeah.
It's what I like about a lot of his. It's what I like about a lot of his scenes from Two Towers, where they first get introduced to Gollum, and throughout the movie there is that sense of in hindsight, Sam is sort of right, where we shouldn't have trusted Gollum. His mind has been poisoned by the ring. But like removing all hindsight and everything, it's great moments because it's Frodo still looking still looking at the good in in Gollum. You know, he first referred to him as Smeagol. And it's like, Smeagol, you remember this blade well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember this blade, haven't you, Gollum? Let go, or I'll cut your throat. By the way, that scene, like that shot of like Gollum wrapping his hand, the way he was holding Sam and the sword pointing at his throat, is a replication of an art by John Howe. Like they brought Peter Jackson brought in the two best Lord of the Rings illustrators to become part of their graphic concept team.
Oh, okay.
And its results are like very much close, but still yet different from the like you see their illustrations copied in some elements into the film. Also, what is your favorite introduction scene for the trilogy?
Your legs, your arms, everything just stands straight up because
in general, like character introduction.
Like no introduction as like you begin the film, you begin watching that film, and the first scene. That's usually kind of like a prologue of some sort.
Oh, like I really do like Two Towers. Like I kind of like how very to the point it is with just like it's really fun how much it just feels like you could put in after the end of Fellowship, you can put in Two Towers and it starts right from there. Like it's very clever. And I really do like the opening battle in Fellowship. It just sort of like, and then Gladriel's narration of just the One Ring, it's iconic.
Yeah, I think like that Gladriel's narration about the One Ring is how you do a prologue.
Yes.
Like the story is not about the story is about that one central object of MacGuffin, rather than everyone else.
But to be honest, the one I have to give it to is the Return of the King opening.
That's your favorite.
It's such a great moment where it just flashes back to the past where Smeagol still having this semblance of normalcy, just living this very pleasant life, finding the ring, and then it's like his buddy, just like looking onto it and just being like, it's such a great find you have. Then he just mercilessly kills. Like,
yeah, my biggest problem with that is just I was having a hard time figuring out, okay, compared to the other two where it felt like a smooth transition, it kind of feels like a bit weird where you go off the end of Two Towers and then all of a sudden we get a flashback.
Yeah, it feels weird going from Two Towers to Return of the King. Yeah, it's not buttery smooth like Fellowship is to Two Towers, but
yeah, and I was trying to figure out, and then I couldn't figure, and I was trying to figure out, is there any other scene like in the film that could have replaced that? And it's like, no, you couldn't replace it. And plus that scene did highlight like, the power of the ring. And like Like it sets up a lot of stuff that sets up for Frodo.
Yeah, like it like not only is it like something that just sets the stage for Gollum as a character, but it also is, like you said, it's a dark idea of what could happen to
Frodo
and Sam. It's like when if he relinquished all control and allowed himself to be manipulated by the ring, it's a mirror of what happened.
And he did. That's
it kind of did, but like
it kind of did, but it kind of didn't because of intervention of Gollum.
It's oddly it's very poetic to think that the thing that helped snap Sam out of the ring's poison is someone who's much more far gone than he was. It's poetic. It rhymes.
It's like poetry.
Right. I love the opening to Three Kings because the Three Kings. What I said.
Return of the King.
Return of the King.
Return of the Three Kings. We Three Kings. There, we made it Christmas.
Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, please.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, but no.
This is something we can go back to any time. So.
I just love the introduction because it sets up like the end of the journey so far from where it kind of began with because Gollum finding the ring is just what was most fundamental to it eventually landing to Bilbo.
Yeah. I do have one last opinion.
All right.
It needed the mending endings. The mending endings of Return of the King is a stupid stupid knock.
I don't knock it. I just like it as a meme because it really is just a movie where the Return of the King is a movie where it could end and like any of the endings are great, but it's just like there's another end and it's
less of a knock. It's more just something to kind of just think it's kind of funny, like
confusing.
Yeah, it's like, all right, here we go. Finally, the movie. Oh no, there's another ending. Let's go.
And there's another ending. Okay. I think it's ending now. Nope.
But I will say this: like each ending, it's like they keep topping the endings, right? It's like, oh, we can end with like them getting rescued on the mountain. Oh, good, we get the fellowship together. For one last hurrah, yay! Oh, we get the coronation of Aragorn and resolving all that stuff. Great! And then, we're back at the Shire. Okay, everything is going to return to normal. Oh, we get to see Samwise getting together with the girl.
We get to see Frodo going away.
Yeah.
And then we get to see Sam go back to his family.
Ending with the exact ending of the book, too. Pitch perfect.
But it's not a knock. It's just funny to think about. Just like it's like, oh my gosh, this movie's not ending.
Though I have heard some people criticize that part.
I think it is a criticism, but just to us, it's something where it's like all the endings, feel like they wrap up in such a great way, but then it just keeps stopping itself.
Yeah, and also I just it's like when you make like an epic trilogy, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, you need those multiple endings to tie up.
Yeah.
All the rules start. You can't just end with it, and they all live happily ever after.
It's like, but it's like, there's a lot of great moments in those endings. You bow to no one. Every, like not every tear is a, not every tear is a
evil one.
Is an evil one. It's still great moments that
And
like,
I still cried. I cried. There was a lot of moments that I cried at. Manly tears. All right. I'll move on, hand it over to Matchstick, and I do need to go to bed myself. So.
I do kind of want to mention though, real quick. It's a joke, but I just kind of find it funny how, the way Pointless Hub described to the opening to the two towers. Like, oh, at the end, Frodo and Sam are rowing out on their boat. Two towers. Sam and Frodo are fucking drowning. Why'd they get on the boat? Are they stupid? It's kind of funny. It's just a joke, but it's still funny how he describes that opening. It's like, and they're just fucking drowning. Are they stupid? All right.
Metal Gear.
Yep. Have a good night. Have a good night talking about Metal Gear, aka the James Bond of Mecha.
Liquid.
Snake, do you like my sunglasses?
All right, have a good night.
Oh,
Meryl.
Oh, my 6PMG is all whacked up. What's going on here? Hold on, let me fix this. Yeah, there we go. Metal Gear. Snake, this here is bulletproof glass. You can't hurt me. Oh, fuck.
So, Metal Gear. Solid. Currently played through Snake Eater, Peace Walker, and Phantom Pain, and now I tried out the 2D era, and I gave up on it after 5 minutes, and so I'm skipping those and moving it.
They're like, they can be fun, but conceptually, like, the 2D was limiting to what the concept of the series could have been.
Okay.
Which is where, Metal Gear Solid comes in.
Mm-hmm. And then I started the Snake, the OG, the game where it popularized Snake Eater, made back in the 90s for the PlayStation 2. Is that right?
What?
Okay, whatever.
Solid?
Yeah, PlayStation 2.
I think it was the first PlayStation.
That was 98.
Because
the first PlayStation, yeah.
Yeah, because
Metal Gear first PlayStation.
Yeah, because Metal Gear Solid 2 was literally made to promote the PS2.
Ah, okay.
Well, yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2. It was made. It was so in pretty quick in Zone of the Enders. Which Kojima didn't direct, he produced.
Oh yeah, Zone of Enders.
It's like the Michael Bay Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He never made it, but his name is always going to be associated with that. Hey, remember that time where Hideo Kojima made a mecha game? What? That's because he did it.
There was the demo. on the disc for Zone of the Enders, which was the Tinker. The Tinker chapter.
Yeah.
And so, like, that was the reason that a lot of people bought Zone of the Enders, was to
play that demo.
Yeah. So like, yeah, like, people, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2 was a huge reason as to why a lot of people bought a PS2.
Yeah.
And then a whole bunch of people got pissy.
I heard Zone of the Enders itself is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, no, Zone of the Enders is a great game. It's just it was overshadowed by what was the most popular series at the time.
Armored Core?
No.
No, it was just Metal Gear. Like,
okay.
If it was allowed to...
No, because Armored Core was still pretty niche at the time.
Yeah. Well, I was just talking really quick about, like, some of the Enders. Like, if it was allowed to grow past just like the Metal Gear sort of involvement, I think it could have been big. Because the original game was good, and the second runner was really good. But we're talking about the OG Metal Gear.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid. Hey, look who showed up.
Hey.
Hey. Howdy do.
Good.
Alright, we're talking about Metal Gear.
Neat.
Yeah.
So
what exactly is Metal Gear Solid, Matchstick? What is this game?
So, just like all Metal Gears, it actually has a pretty it doesn't have as complicated a story as a lot of the rest of them. I'd say it's relatively, based on the Metal Gear curve, a bit more simple one. You are Solid Snake, a soldier taken out of retirement, and going in to infiltrate a nuclear weapons development base named Shadow Moses, where the troops inside have revolted. And Nick, I'm hearing a lot of static from your end.
No, that's not.
Okay, not. Sorry, Nick came in when it was going on, so I thought it was Nick.
No, it's no problem. It's no problem. Let me just... Okay.
So why is our boy Snake infiltrating Shadow Moses? What's going on there?
Because the soldiery and special forces there have revolted, and now and are threatening to bomb places with the nuclear weaponry if they don't get $1 billion and the corpse of Big Boss.
All right.
And you are sent in to stop them.
Alone. As all of these missions go.
With no weaponry except a sneaking suit and a carton of cigarettes.
All right then.
The first thing I kind of noticed, aside from the gameplay style, stealth. I played it on normal, but stealth really wasn't the big focus in this. I'd say I used a whole lot more stealth and in 3 or 5, a little bit in Peace Walker, but this one is more focused on bosses, I'd say.
But the stealth in 1 is a lot more, and it's a lot more advantageous because Kojima really wanted to kind of prevent the idea that you were some kind of like walking tank, that you could just go into an area and just completely wipe out everyone. You know, you were quite skilled, but you know, he didn't want to give the impression that you were just a killing machine.
Yeah. I mean, you could do that. It's not too difficult, but it's just still, you don't really want to do it because that'd be a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's not like where it's you don't. It's the difference between having to go around these guys and well, no, the other ones are kind of like that too, but you don't. You can go in there all Rambo, but it's really worth it not to do it. But this one feels like the stealth feels a lot more simplistic. Like you just, it's kind of less of a focus in this one. Like the other games will have massive sprawling segments with giant towers, and you know you're changing outfits and stuff like that, like Hitman. This isn't, not really. You got a little pattern when you guys move, and you know the guys moving in one area, and you move across, and the enemy will move. And then once they got out of that little section, you'll move into the next one, kind of like that.
It's revolutionary, yeah. It's also very quaint, because, like, you know, I'm gonna make a pun here. Yeah, quite obviously, the best is yet to come.
Alright.
It probably was revolutionary for the time, but it is still quite simplistic nowadays.
Exactly.
The second thing I noticed is David Hayter's voice acting and the way they write, because Big Boss is technically Solid Snake's father. They look exactly like each other, but they do not act like each other. And that's really interesting going in. And you know, you have Solid Snake. He looks exactly like Big Boss, but he doesn't act like Big Boss at all. He's a lot more. What's the word for it?
A bit. It sense cynicism.
Cynicism. That I'd say. Yeah, that's it. A bit dour.
You ever
watch a little bit more?
You ever watch Escape to New York?
Yes.
You know Kurt Russell's character, Snake Plissken?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh. Dude, well, to be fair, Snake Plissken's a lot more criminal.
Yeah, but I just find it interesting though that like Kojima has said
and I wouldn't really say
a big inspiration.
And I wouldn't really say he's that cynical as Escape from New York, the Snake.
All right.
But like, there's a bit of an a bit of an energy to Big Boss that Snake does not have.
Oh, like what I always found fun about Big Boss in Snake Eater is he's very no nonsense. Yeah, he's very idealistic. You know,
there was an idealism to.
Yeah. Because like when he's having the conversation with the boss, when she's like quote unquote in the middle of a submarine, he was just talking to her about like, oh, you know, hey, you know, this mission I'm doing I'm doing for everything. You know, Snake quite literally said, you know, my allegiance is to the president and the top brass. You know, he very much is just this loyal soldier type.
Snake kind of just wants to get this job done so he can go back to Alaska, like doing huskies and shit like that. He doesn't really want to be. He doesn't really want to be here. But he kind of feels like he has to be here. Compared to,
you say? I say less so than Pliskin. He's more so John Rambo. Like,
oh, Rambo. Okay.
Just like someone who you know, wants to live a quiet life, but the war will never escape him. You know, he quite literally got out of retirement because Roy Campbell. You know, because Roy Campbell is the only one who understands him, and he will only accept the mission because, you know, because Campbell during the event of the Shadow Moses incident has been retired for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
So, like, they know that in order to get Solid Snake, you need to get the man, you know, the man he worked with.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright.
The bosses are all fun. They're all unique. They're all. They're not too difficult. You die if you try. You die a few times trying them, but you're relatively. Once you understand the tricks and stuff like that, it's pretty easy to beat them. That torture scene, the Ocelot's torture scene sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it was. I was using I know the backstory of it. Like Kojima wanted you to feel the torture, just like Snake was, and it's a lot easier with a keyboard. When I kept using a controller for a whole bunch of times, and then they used a keyboard, and I was like, damn, that was so. I should have used a keyboard from the beginning. I just cleared this in one shot.
What? Like, I didn't know that you were using the controller. Essentially, the thing that I always use to kind of clear that stage is I never press it. I just swipe my finger across it.
Huh.
And I just like I swipe my finger across the circle button. Because it takes away from the stream, and by doing that, you know, I'm by swiping it, I'm still so much closer to the front of the bar than if I was just tapping it.
I'm still never doing that shit ever again. That sucked. I don't ever want to do. I don't ever want to go through that ever again. That was just. I hated that.
Well, you got the good ending from that. You want to see Meryl die?
Honestly, if I kept failing at that, I probably would just go, yeah, let Meryl die. Who gives a shit about her?
The bitch is dead.
The bitch is dead.
I wanted us to get the good ending. That's why I insisted, Chingos.
Fuck. Screw Meryl. Ocelot's my bro now. Let's go, Ocelot. I mean, not Ocelot, Otacon. Fuck. It's like, Otacon's my bro now. Come on, Otacon. Let's get out of here.
Well, you don't worry. Once you play Metal Gear Solid 5, you will be saying that.
Oh, Ocelot's my bro? Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Ocelot's one of your teammates in Metal Gear Solid 5.
Alright.
Metal Gear Solid 5 is the Bizarro world, because Ocelot's nice to you, and Emmerich is an asshole.
Emmerich's so fucking...
Hal always amazes me how Otacon amazes me how he was able to come out so nicely compared to his fucking terrible father.
He cucked his own dad.
Yes, he went into a secret relationship with his own stepmother.
It is an actual miracle that Otacon turned out the way he did.
His dad's an actual incel. After he learned about this, he tried to commit suicide with his stepdaughter in the pool. Wow. And he died. He fucking died, and his stepdaughter lived.
Fuck it. Yeah, that's why again I just love how Hal just turned out so much better. He looks.
Oh, fuck that crippled bastard.
Fuck that crippled bastard. What do you think of the Metal Gear itself?
Oh, Rex is classic. Very brutish.
Yeah.
In its design, very utilitarian. Compared to something like, I guess Ray would be utilitarian, but it's like marine utilitarian, like it's designed to go under the water. But Rex really feels utilitarian and brutalist, like it's designed to kill something.
Like Ray's a lot more slicker, and a lot more high tech.
Aquatic.
And aquatic. Like Rex just looks like a killing machine. You know, it looks like something that was meant to like be dropped into the middle of a war zone and just tear through enemies of soldiers, waves of soldiers.
It looks like a giant gun, which is basically what it is.
I think I said this before, but I kind of want to point out again. I kind of find it funny when you about what's the Metal Gear not Rex. Yeah, Philanthropist. How it's like how Huey ended up making Philanthropist, and then just years later, Huey just decided to make Rex. Didn't know about Philanthropist, just coincidentally made a Metal Gear that looks just like his dad's.
Speaking, well, I guess it's just in the genes. In the genes! The DNA!
I am just the leftovers of the stuff they made you from.
You have the dominant genes, and I got the inferior genes.
Man,
not only that, you got an inferiority complex.
Exactly.
Which is ironic if you know about Metal Gear 4.
Huh.
Imagine being so accomplished at a lot of things. Like you could speak Arabic like you're a native. And you grow an inferiority complex because our genetic daddy loved the other kid a lot more.
Which is a shame because Liquid is kind of you get that there's a charisma there, but it's just kind of squandered about being a petty little asshole. So we got major allies, but we're talking about the genes. DNA is genes are the major theme of the game. You know, nature versus nurture, that kind of thing. It's done very well. You know, classic Kojima. I'm running out of time. But what do you guys think about it?
I like Metal Gear. When did Miller get his arm and leg back?
No, like,
Oh, he didn't.
You didn't?
he didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Master Miller was always
got
just,
put- You got played like a damn fiddle.
yeah.
Ah.
I was talking about the major theme of genes.
Hmm.
I like it. You know, it's a general. You know, it works off the general impression of, you know, anyone can be, you know, a great soldier. It doesn't matter what, you know, what you're created from. It just matters if you have the ideals to stick it out.
Mm.
You know, looks at all of Foxhound. You know, just because you have some issues with your DNA doesn't give you the excuse to try to launch nukes using a giant mecha.
Okay.
You're saying?
I think my favorite sort of like my favorite boss that sort of utilizes that whole idea. The whole idea of genetics is like Psycho Mantis, because you know, like the way he described the fact that he had to keep hearing people, and it's like he just had, you know, every time he listened to people, it's the constant droning of like people who just want to pass on their genes. And in the end, before he dies, he opens up the hidden store, the hidden door behind the bookcase for you, and he's like, it feels nice finally getting to help someone. So it's great. I also just kind of like the idea that Kojima also talks about like genes when he talks about like Sniper Wolf and like Vulcan Raven, where Vulcan Raven, you know, he is the man he is because of his heritage.
And same with Sniper Wolf. She's, you know, she's a minority from a Middle Eastern country. Ooh, that's not great right there.
The Kurds. What an unfortunate people. Oh, you were gonna say something, Nick? I'm sorry.
If I didn't,
Wait, hold on, real quick. What were you saying, Nick?
James, did you see what I sent you?
No. I didn't hear you.
If I had a nickel for every time if I had a nickel for every Turkish war crime, I'd have so many fucking nickels.
Ooh.
But
Ooh, that's neat, Nick. Sorry, continue.
I'm sorry. It's getting. I'm gonna interrupt you guys because it's getting late for me, and I want to get this through. So I'm gonna.
No.
I apologize about that.
No. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish up.
So. The art design is really funny because you know other games around here are doing more bigger stuff with animation, but because this game is a lot more realistic and technical, they decided to go with a little bit more. They look like really low res background models from like nowadays. Each of the characters, and it's really fun. And it's really just was very charming seeing them move around and stuff like that. Very of its time.
Oh, it's like famously for Resident Evil, in order to get through the limitations of the system, like all the environments are just pre-rendered. They're literally just pictures.
They're PNGs.
They're PNGs that are plastered on the wall. But Metal Gear also comes with its own uniqueness to like how the whole thing is set up, because amazingly, in order to eliminate loading times, the whole Shadow Moses is just rendered all at once. Because
all the time?
Yeah, like to save up on memory. Certain things about the levels do not load in until you step foot onto it. So while you don't need to load in, you can eliminate on the load times in order to make sure that the PlayStation doesn't catch on fire. They just use like lower res environments for when
even more lower res.
Yes, exactly. Even more lower res. And it's fun to look at the map of Shadow Moses, because it is essentially just a straight line. If you just if you look at it from the outside, it's a whole big straight line where you start from the bottom, you go up top, you go straight through everything until you make it to the launching platform to Rex. And go ahead.
And then you go on the Warthog ride.
Oh yeah.
Which was a separate thing that had to be, of course, in the past, in order to just also make sure that because you can't fit that much on one single disc. In the past, the Metal Gear was split up on 2 discs. So the second disc literally has the entire data for that whole section of the game where Meryl and Snake are climbing down, or Otacon are just climbing down the mountainside. They had to render an entire new thing just for that single scene.
Wow.
I want to mention this really quick because it's always a funny antidote. Essentially, in order to conceptualize how the environment should be like, Kojima had his team just sort of actually build Shadow Moses as a diorama
with Legos.
That's actually pretty cool.
And so, there's a funny little story where he brought his son to come see where he works, and they had the diorama in the middle, and they're just talking about this is where the set piece is gonna go. This is where that event is gonna happen. And then when they got home, he told. His son told his mother, "Hey, Dad, works in a very weird place. All he does is play with Legos."
Okay, that's pretty funny.
Okay, but seriously though, it's getting really late. I gotta go.
Alright.
Yeah. Alright.
Alright, have a good night, Matchstick.
Yeah. Okay. Love talking to you. I wish this conversation could have gone on longer, but I gotta get going.
Okay.
No problem. Have a good night, dude.
Have a good night. And there he goes.
I want to mention this really quick because just something to end it off with. Everyone in Kojima's life, whenever he told them, "Hey, I wanted to be a game developer," they always told him it was a bad idea. Like it's because his uncle was an artist, and his father would always, before he passed away, you know, when Kojima was at a very young age, his father would always tell him, hey, his father and his other family members always told him, oh, his uncle is, you know, it's like, he barely gets any money doing, being an artist. And so it's like, do you really want to, like, you know, make your life worse by doing something that you don't, like, that you're never going to guarantee money? The only one who believed in him was his mother. And she believed in him so much that every time he had a new game out, she would play through them.
Oh.
You know, because there was an entire there was an entire story where she was talking about, like, you know, how she was playing through Snake Eater, and it took her I think it took her 6 months and the help of her friends to get through the entire game. And then by the time she finished it, she called up her son and she told her she was done. Yeah, she told him, yeah, like when she got to finish it, and so how happy she was.
That was so fucking sweet. We need to give Blackout more oil. If you know, you know.
Yeah, that's great. Mr. Kojima's a fascinating man.
Yeah. He's a very happy man.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen him sad. I just know that whenever I feel sad, I can be happy because I know Kojima's living his best life.
I think right now Kojima's probably at his happiest. Like he's meeting like all his like favorite like movie directors that he grew up on, or like the new ones he likes now. Like he and Jordan Peele are now working on something together. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I just became best friends with. It's like Kojima's like, oh my gosh, I'm like best friends with Jordan Peele now. Oh my goodness.
I mean, if it's anything like, no, I'm worried, but for the right reasons. Because I know it's gonna be fucking traumatizing for me.
But yeah, like he's probably like he's definitely like the happiest now. I think sometimes one of my favorite moments with Kojima is just whenever he gives a movie review on Twitter, because it boils down to if he like somewhat enjoyed a movie, he'll give like some thoughts about it. If he didn't like a movie at all, he'll just say, I watched this movie, and that's it. Like I think it was like Captain Marvel, or like it was that tweet where it's just like, I saw Captain Marvel, and then it was just that sentence, and everyone's like, oh no, this movie's terrible. This movie's gonna be awful.
I think he also said the same thing with the Marvels. He's like, went to go see the Marvels, and the emoji at the end. Just awful.
I think I know it was through those tweets that led to like the best reaction image with Kojima, where he's just sitting in the theater just with that like expression of just like sadness in his eyes. It's like he looks so sad in the theater. Just I watched this movie. Yeah, I think that right now this is like the happiest he's been. Alright. Well, I guess with that then we can call it here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, short stream tonight. Well, a little less than 3 hours. What do you know?
Also, Changus.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show this to you as well. Why am I leaving this out?
Okay. What do you?
Okay. Shoot.
What do you want to show me? What?
Yeah, a friend of mine was staying at my place, and she got injured, and their insurance said they wouldn't be able to cover it. Said they don't cover any active rod.
Just has to smile. Ah. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna call it here. Tomorrow is Sonic Sunday, so look forward to that. And then yeah. And then I'll come up with a schedule for next week. So alright. So until next time, good night!